Born over a fault line, bad teeth and worse habits, high heels in a trailer. If you want it, you should have it. Cracking like a glacier, any semblance of restraint. Simple observations.
Good morning. So it's nice and early on Sunday, and I thought I'd start this video by just giving you a little bit of an update. Friday last week I went to the gym and did a bit of a glute focus workout, and I managed to flare up a little niggle that I've been feeling in my glute for maybe a week or so from running, so a little bit of an overuse injury. And then I did go a little bit hard at the gym, and then it just seemed to flare up, and I tried to run maybe 800 meters down the road and I couldn't run, or at least I thought at best I stopped because it was quite sore. So I had the next sort of 3 days off, and the reason you haven't seen it is because the week before I did my week of training, which was a deload week. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. But that took me about a week to edit, plus the other video that I put out, so I didn't actually film last weekend. So this week has been all about trying to manage that injury. It is pretty frustrating. We're going to go and head out on a long run now. I haven't actually got an exact amount of Ks, probably somewhere around 16 Ks, all easy, but more to just test out how my glute feels on a little bit of a longer run. So let's go and test that out. It is very windy today, so hopefully the audio is okay. I can feel actually a couple of spits as well, so should be a nice cool run. And just started, but glute's feeling good, so it's definitely better than what it was a week ago. Got by home to grab a drink. I was really thirsty. Don't normally get like that. It was a bit weird. Anyway, back to it. 9Ks in, feeling pretty good actually. Definitely feel better after that glass of water. I think I sort of got up and got ready straight away, filmed it obviously, and then went out the door. I had some electrolytes, as you saw, and a banana, but I don't think it was quite enough. Too worried about filming, but that's alright. These are the things you learn. You know, need to make sure I hydrate a little bit more the day before, and also the morning off, and just have a little bit longer between when I get up and when I go for the run. But good news, my hip is feeling really good, so, well, my glute is feeling really good. So we're going to keep going. I think we'll end up doing about 16 Ks. I don't want to do too much because I didn't do a long run last weekend, so don't want to aggravate anything. Anyway, let's keep getting after it. Home stretch, 15 Ks in, 1K to go. Glute is definitely feeling pretty good for now anyway. Sometimes I feel it sort of the next day when I get up in the morning, and it'll be quite sore, so we'll see how that feels, but for now it's feeling good. It's exciting. My left hamstring feels a little bit tender, but maybe that's just a little bit because I'm running slightly off, protecting my glute, so we'll just keep an eye on that. But pretty nice morning to run. It's nice and cool. The sun's up, but it's cloudy, so didn't get a nice sunrise this morning, but it's alright. Just about home and looking forward to stuff. Looking forward to the ice bath. I'm still hot, of course. That might not be extremely exciting to you, but it's very exciting for me. You know, this time last week I was a little bit worried about my marathon prep, and now I'm getting a long run back in. Not an extremely long run, but thankfully we've got quite a few months until the race, so we're lucky with that one. It's about being smart and not just trying to be hard and push through. Straight into the ice bath, trying to just do anything I can to make sure that I don't, my glute doesn't get inflamed. So I believe the ice bath helps a lot with inflammation. So straight in here and anywhere else really. Like I said, my hamstring's a little bit sore as well. So hopefully it will help with that. I haven't trained for a marathon before, so I really am in uncharted territory. I'm not going to know how my body's going to react with the higher volume and the higher Ks. So I need to be smart with my training, and if something does flare up like it just did, I need to take a step back. And even though it's really frustrating at the time and it feels like you're moving backwards instead of forwards, and you've got this goal and you're not really working towards it, but I definitely wouldn't be working towards it if I couldn't run. So I'm trying to be as smart as I can and trying to stay positive when these things happen. And it is hard, and I did get a little bit down last Friday when I couldn't run, but you know, a week later, and I've done just over a 40k week this week. I've got a 16k long run. It wasn't the run plan, but it still counts as something. I'm still moving forward, even if it's a little bit slower than before. And they say progress isn't linear, and that's so very true. So I think I need to learn from these mistakes and learn that maybe I did ramp up volume a little bit too quickly and just bring it back. I don't know how my body's going to react, so slowly creep up the volume. Even though I've got a training program, I might not be able to follow it to a T. I might have to strip some runs back or add a run in there, and just work with how I'm feeling at the time. Stay in here for maybe 3 minutes. I usually stand here for around 3 minutes, depending how cold it is. I also feel amazing after an ice bath. You sort of get a bit of an endorphin rush, and plus the run too, so you do feel a little bit unstoppable. But no, I'll stay in here for a little bit and jump out and get straight into something to eat. I was going to chat to you while I was eating, but I was so hungry I had to get it in me. So I'm officially going to start back my training program this week. Last week was a little bit of playing it by ear. I wasn't exactly sure how my hip was going to feel because it was the week before on Friday that I heard it, and then I had Friday off because I just ran 200 meters down the road, Saturday off, Sunday off, and then I ran on Monday again about a 4k, and I've ended up doing 40k's this week, which is awesome because when it first happened I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. So back to it now. I've sort of learnt my lesson multiple times. This is probably the second time, but not to be so rigid with my training plan. I think in the past I'm sort of hitting every pace, hitting every run, all the Ks, all the mileage that I'm meant to be hitting, and not really pulling back if my body is feeling fatigued or tired or I'm feeling a niggle. It is hard to know when you should pull back and when you should push through, but I'm definitely going to try to be a little bit smarter about it and pull back slightly earlier if I do feel like something's starting to flare up. This one was a little bit hard to see coming because I could feel something wasn't right, and then I went and aggravated it in the gym, which isn't ideal, and that's not smart either. So like I mentioned earlier, I need to make sure that the gym is strengthening, providing a stimulus, but then not overdoing it where I'm flaring up an injury. So back to the training program. The marathon's in June. It's getting closer, and the biggest thing is I want to cross that finish line. So I've got to make sure I get there and I get there safe and I don't do an injury in the meantime. Looking forward to the coming weeks and months of training. Very exciting that I'm back to it this week, and it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video this one, but lots of videos coming up. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.